Hello, Dudley Charlton. This is Mrs. Laporte from the Dudley side of the school district. We are off to Rome. It is truly one of the most remarkable civilizations that we study all year. I will be doing the introduction for you today. I'll be presenting two different versions of the story of Romulus and Remus. They are legends about the founding of Rome, which are traditional stories. And I will also be presenting a Google slideshow presentation to you, along with a note shell to fill in. I'll be utilizing one of my students' classrooms today so that you can see how to do the assignment from beginning to end, this particular assignment, showing you how to turn things in, which can be a little bit tricky, especially because most of you are working on a Chromebook, so I'll give you a few little tips with that as we go along in terms of the turn-in process. Okay, you're in your classroom now, and you click on classwork. And then you make sure, I cannot emphasize it enough, to read all the directions posted with the assignment. Once you do, it'll tell you the first thing to do is to open up the one that says Romulus and Remus. And you'll see your name will be on all three of them because a copy's been made for you. Again, read the directions. Story directions. Read the two Romulus and Remus stories. Following the stories, there is a Venn diagram to complete. You may want to scroll down and read the directions for the Venn diagrams that you are reading for purpose. I always like to read for purpose. So scroll down. Here is the Venn diagram, directions again. In the Venn diagram below, there's 3 similarities in the center circle and 3 differences. That means in the center circle, 3 ways the stories are alike. And on the opposite sides, under story 1 and story 2, you're going to list 3 differences. So in story 1, you will have 3 things that are either not listed in story 2 or are different. And in story 2, you will have 3 things listed that are either not from story 1 or are different. Okay? When you are done, I would not click turn in yet because the assignment is not completed. And if you're on a Chromebook, they tend to jump from user to user. So that's why people have been having a hard time turning things in. Make sure your name does appear as it does here for this student. And then X out of it. It's a Google Doc, so you know that it's being saved. Go back into the assignment. Once you read number 2, it tells you to open up the Google Slides presentation. There are 20 Google Slides where you learn a lot of interesting things about Rome, starting with the legends that you just read and are familiarized with now. Then it goes into talking about 2 groups of the people called the patricians and the plebeians, which we'll be discussing next week. A lot of information in this PowerPoint. Now go back up to the classwork, click on the note shell that goes with it. So you'll have both tabs open simultaneously so you can jump back and forth to them. Now, if you'll notice here, all roads lead to Rome, slide 3. The legend of Rome, twin brothers blank and blank. So open up the Google slide presentation, go to slide 3. Here we go, twin brothers Romulus and Remus. Go back to the note shell, fill in Romulus and Remus. When you are done, make sure the whole thing is completed, all the slides. When you are done, I would not click turn in here either. Again, if you have multiple users, it does give you a hard time. I would make sure your name is on it. You X out of it. And then you go back into the assignment here. Click View Assignment. And then it gives you 3 choices of things to turn in. You've got the note shell, you've got the story. You don't have to turn the notes back in, but if you just clicked turn in, that would be okay. Or you could X out of the part that you don't want to turn in. Okay? And this is where if you're, let's say you're doing work for math and you have done work on paper that you want to upload, this is where you would add something here, just a side note. You're going to click turn in. These are the 2 things that are being turned in, the Rome introduction note shell, Romulus and Remus, and Venn diagram. Make sure they are completed. You're not turning in empty work. Click turn in, and you are all set. We hope this video has been informative, and if you have any questions, please reach out to your teachers on record. Reach out to them during office hours. They could do a Google Hangout with you. They can be reached via email. We miss everyone and we wish we were together, but until the time that we can be together, remote learning is the way to go. We're here for you guys. Have a wonderful night.